Good evening, everybody.
How do? How are you doing?
How are you doing this evening, buddy?
I'm doing fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy. Let's give a little brim. Fine and dandy. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing out there in Facebook, YouTube? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking with Demons. Super exciting day today for us here in the Inner Demon Media family, isn't it, Bob? Isn't it?
It is so much going off. So much.
So much there. Let's say hello to everybody real quick. Hello there, Boy Payne. Evening to you, buddy. Bob.
Hey up, Jace.
Hi.
Hey, hello, mate.
Hi, Bob. Doozy, good evening to you. How are you doing? Ina, hello. Welcome, everybody, to another Friday night hanging out with us two fuckers, Sid and Martin Thundercock.
Yeah.
Welcome to another show with Mr. Thundercock. You wasn't expecting that again, was you?
Yeah, I nearly put it in right from the start just to sort of like continue, but I thought, well, I don't like everybody to feel sort of like, belittled beside us.
Oh, Bob, you should do it. Go, Mr. Thundercock during our next video.
You know I will.
Mr. Thundercocks. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We got another fun show. We got Bob's quiz we're going to mix in tonight. Plus, we got the world premiere of one of our new partnerships we've done with a band called Corners of Sanctuary. We got we're going to be playing their premiere video, and the song and the video just landed today. And we're just honored to be part of this launch with these guys. A great band, great group of individuals, and I'm just honored to be working with them.
Yeah, I mean, it is a really good song. It impressed me for reasons that everybody wouldn't be so surprised about as saying. But as you know, I'm not a big fan of covers, but that was quality. Really liked it. Probably helped the fact that I'd never actually heard the track before, but I enjoyed it so much. I actually went back to check the original.
Well, I wasn't when I first heard it. To be fair, I wasn't sure what album it came from Def Leppard, and my guess at the time was going to be off the High and Dry album, which I was right. Yay for me! I could have done like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Sid, and I got it right. But it's a really good song, isn't it?
It is a really good song, and I think well, as I say, I don't know whether it's right to say that I'm not a big fan of covers. I'm not a big fan of different versions of tracks I've grown to like and know. If you understand what I mean by that. I mean, for example, I'm a big fan of the Beatles, but they have a song called "Dear Prudence," which the first version I heard of that was by Susie and the Banshees, and I actually prefer the Susie and the Banshees version to the Beatles, even though I really like the Beatles. So you sort of get an attachment to a version of a song, don't you? So when things don't sound the same, it's sometimes a little bit hard to play. But I'd never heard this track before. I listened to it a few times because I was doing a review, really enjoyed it, and thought, well, I'm going to compare it now to the original. And when I went back, I think that's the better version. I think they've done the better version.
That's nice. Let's bring the guys on. Let's bring him on. Everybody, welcome Mick Michaels from Corners of Sanctuary. Welcome, Mick. Welcome.
Hey.
Hello, Mick.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are doing fine. We are doing fine. That didn't even sound right there, but I don't do good British.
I'm great.
Was that actually an attempt at a British accent? Was it?
I gotta follow an introduction of Mr. Thundercock or whatever you call him. That's not really. I can't. I don't know if I can compete with that.
Nobody can compete with Thundercock.
I'm in trouble. It's going to be a tough act to follow.
We'll try to come up with something as cool as Martin Thundercock for the end of the show for you, Mick.
Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a speciality for nicknames. Yeah, I think you've actually survived in our chat group before, haven't you, without getting one so far? But
to be fair, he's kind of like he's like a ghost. He's there.
Keeps under the radar.
But under the radar, so if he does pop on, he don't give us enough chance to give him a nickname. I guess, to be fair.
That's it. Stealth. That's what it is.
But we're going to change that now that we brought it up, Bob. We're going to change that.
I think so.
Maximus Coccius or something like that. Some some Spartan name. So how are you doing tonight? Congratulations on the release of the single Mirror Mirror. What a great song.
Thank you. I was listening to you. We appreciate you being part of this, and for the release and the promo and all. So it's really been cool working together. We're real excited about it. This is the first cover song we ever did, and to go along with what Bob was saying while I was waiting in the back room there. I'm not a fan of doing covers either. I didn't get involved in playing the music to do other people's music, right? I wanted to do my own stuff. And it's constantly brought. It's like over the last 10 years, going on 11 now with this band. It's constantly brought up about, hey, maybe you guys consider cover or something like that. And we just kind of we didn't shy away from it. It was just like a firm, nah, not interested. But we just over the COVID time, we started experimenting with different sounds and tuning and recording techniques, and we're doing all this stuff. And I said, hey, why don't we started talking about it, and we just said, hey, let's pick something, let's try something. So Frankie actually picked the song, and we wanted to do something that wasn't as popular and something that reflected more of what we sound like or what we feel we sound like, our style and stuff. So we didn't want to stray from the song in a point to make it like night and day. That wasn't because nothing's worse than hearing a cover song that you can't completely
relate to,
right? So, but I mean, I've learned over the years playing in bands and being out in the circuit and stuff that even a bad cover band seems to do well because people just connect with the song and they don't really hear the song, what's happening there. They're hearing the song, what they're familiar with, and it makes sometimes a bad song better, right? But I also believe that if you're going to do a cover song, one, you got to do it well, so you got to play it well, and two, I think you just need to give it a little bit of pop and make it your own without losing the essence of the song. And I think that's what we attempted to do. So we're hoping that people dig it as much as we did. We had a great time working on it, and we were all nervous going into it because, again, this is our first time, and a band, with such a punch like Def Leppard, we could have picked an obscure band, obscure song, and no one would have ever known the difference. But this is definitely a band with a.
So let me ask you on the process of picking the song. Was there any other songs prior to Mirror Mirror that you tried to do and you just didn't feel comfortable doing it, or was it just like you guys, all right, I'm going to pick Def Leppard, but it's Mirror Mirror, we're going to learn this, we're going to bang this one out, we're going to make it our own?
Well, I mean, over the years, honestly, like for me, I can't play a whole cover song from start to finish. I knew pieces of things, and we always thought that if we were going to do a cover song, we were going to do a Judas Priest cover. Because that's kind of like where our roots really are. That's the band that inspired us the most, I would say, especially me as a guitar player. KK and Glenn are my favorite players. So it was always that idea. We'd fool around a little bit with Heading Out to the Highway or Solar Angels or something like that. But again, it got to a point where it's like, hey, look, we didn't get into this to do our own. Someone else's music, we did it to get into our own. If we're going to spend that time learning somebody else's music, we can be writing new music. So that's what we do. So we actually had some downtime in August as we were preparing to go out, preparing our West Coast tour. So we knew that was coming up, and we something struck me. I said Def Leppard to the guys, and I left it up to them to pick the song. And Frank immediately popped up with Mirror Mirror. He goes, it's a song I wish was much bigger for them. And, I had heard it years ago, but I wasn't super familiar with it. Well, I got super familiar with it in a short amount of time. And that it just seemed to really resonate with the playing. So that's where we're at.
I thought it really worked well because, as I say, I'd never heard it until I heard your version. And I played through that. I went off and listened to Def Leppard's version and came back to yours. And I'm sitting there and thinking, Well, it sounds very familiar. You've got the little bit about the Def Leppard guitarist on the beginning. You got the mirror break on the back, and I thought this is quite interesting. And I like to step away from music to an extent and sort of like see how much it holds with it. And I found that a couple of days later, I was still walking around humming the song to myself, and I thought, yeah, that's a good song. That's got into me head, that one. I do like it, and I can sort of kind of appreciate, like what you're saying, that everybody plays a little bit of other people's songs, because I play a bit of guitar myself, never to a sort of massive level, but I can look at songs that I've written, because I prefer to write my own stuff rather than perform covers when I used to go out and about. And I can look at songs and I can say, that chord and that progression's coming from Led Zeppelin, that one's coming from a Beatles track, that one, because you pick up influences, because it by playing other people's songs and listening to other people's songs, it sometimes regenerates your interest in a different way to help generate your productivity, doesn't it? So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I had, because I was the one working primarily on the arrangement, because like I said, I can't play any cover song from start to finish, and I wanted to make sure I really had it. I listened to several versions from Def Leppard, different live versions, with the old, with the band that originally did it, because neither of the guitar players that played on that album are playing now. So you have Vivian and Phil. They play it slightly different than Steve and Pete played it. So I wanted to get kind of a feel for the song about how it is now, or the most modern recording of live, and then how they originally did it, and try to get somewhere in between that still kept the essence of the song, but then make it our own. And that's why we changed up. We did a rearrangement of the bridge and lead area, which is completely different from the original. We wanted to kind of make it a little bit more of what we had, without taking away from the meat of the song. So we'll see.
Oh, well, we'll certainly be getting some hammer on Demon, because for one, we like you guys anyway, so we've been playing you quite a bit on the station. But generally, we have another bit of news that normally comes at this time of month. Don't we, Sid? I don't know if you've spoken to Mika about it, but we have.
Yeah, we do that. We normally try every month to pick an Inner Demon Hall of Fame band, and this month we decided to pick Corners of Sanctuary. Ain't that right, Bob?
That's right.
So
that is it.
Congratulations! So you're going to be featured. You're going to be our featured band on for Inner Demon. So the whole month long, we're going to be sharing all their stuff out, their group links, all this other good stuff. We're going to be like featuring the hell out of the guys. So you guys are going to see a lot of Corners of Sanctuary this next month.
That's right, and we also play. The band that wins gets played every week until the next band gets picked out on my show as well. So you'll be featuring heavily on my radio show. So yeah, so great to have you guys in the Hall of Fame.
Well, hey, listen, I'll take any Hall of Fame. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. That's really cool.
He's like, whatever the fuck that is. Thank you.
Yeah. We don't do a lot, but
it's better than on the wall at the post office. So that's cool, man.
It's about one step up from that, isn't it, Sid? I think we only have 4 entries so far.
I don't have to look over my shoulder too much, so that's okay.
Yeah,
you've got more on your wall of fame than what we've got in our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, congratulations, whatever that means, I guess.
Thank you.
You're putting out some great music. You are, I think, the 4th entry into the Hall of Fame. And it's only something we've only started about 4 or 5 months ago, right? I mean, I know we're running a little bit late.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, in fairness, when you're retired and sitting around at a warm fire one day, looking back on your career, that might just register somewhere about 10,000th on the list of achievements.
I doubt if I ever remember that.
I was an early inductee. I love it. I'm like a pioneer. I'm a pioneer, baby.
So enough for the waiting. Shall we just put this new song in this new video? Let's just get it out there and just play it for everybody. What do you think, Nick?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
We're gonna play this is the premiere of their new song, Mirror Mirror, Look into My Eyes. Def Leppard's cover, Don't Look into My Eyes, They're Red. But this is their new video. When we come back, we're going to chat a little bit about their podcast that's been airing on our radio station, The Cosmic View. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to get into some of our Bob Bones quiz as well. So, guys, we'll be right back. This is the premiere of Corner Sanctuaries, Mirror Mirror.
Def Leppard guitarist Steve Clark died in his sleep at his home. Drummer Rick Allen lost his left arm in a car crash. Class kid whose life was changed by rock and roll. Def Leppard guitarist Steve Clark died at 30. Guitarist Keith Lewis. Particularly sad loss.
fucking brilliant. I just fucking every time I listen to that song, I start loving it just a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. I mean, fuck. I mean, you guys did a great job on it. I was a fan. I just didn't. It's been so long ago. Me listening to the High and Dry album that I just couldn't remember the song at the moment. I knew when I seen it, it sounded familiar. I just couldn't remember what album it came from. But damn, I mean, Bob's right. It is way better than the original. And so, for some reason, the vocal, it's like you guys hit this pocket and you knew right where to be. You know what I mean? The vocals were on point. I mean, fuck, there was moments that it almost sounded like Joe Elliott singing it.
Yeah, that some people that had previewed it said that. I'm not hearing it because I'm so familiar with Frankie and his style. But yeah, listen, I mean, it was definitely for us. It's definitely a song that fit our style. I mean, that was the new wave of British heavy metal at that time, and that's what we kind of cut our teeth on growing up. So it resonated. I mean, the beauty about that song is it definitely fits that era, but it's classic heavy metal that even today, as soon as you hear it, if you're an old school metal lover, you're like, yeah, I mean, it's got everything that you need to fulfill that vision of what heavy metal, traditional heavy metal is, I should say. And so that's why it really resonated with us. And once we got started on it, we had a ball. It was like, hey, listen, if we're going to do this, let's just kind of throw everything in there we possibly can. I mean, because, we have the opportunity. So I'm glad you guys like it. And like I said, I'm glad you guys are supporting it. We really do appreciate it. And I hope everybody else likes it as well.
Maybe I'm being biased about how much I love it. Yes, so sue me.
It's all right.
I'm excited to be able to be part of this journey of releasing a song like this and releasing the video and seeing the support that we've gotten from just like from the promo video in itself. Thank you everybody who has viewed it, shared it, put it out there for this band to see. We appreciate you guys' support. At the end of the day, without you guys doing the sharing and watching, these bands wouldn't be heard. So we want to give you guys a shout out for the success just for the preview. And here we are sitting at like close to 60 shares already, close to 70 shares on the release of the video. So it's getting out there. Without you guys, none of that would be possible. So thank you guys for doing that as well. It's just a damn good song, and it's hard not to share a damn good song, right?
That's what I hope. Thanks.
Quality.
So let's talk a little bit about this new partnership we've had together here on Inner Demon Radio. Let's talk a little bit about the Cosmic Voice. Tell everybody a little bit about what this show is about.
It's me and my buddy Chris Natalini. We're both longtime, or we pretend to be longtime musicians. We talk from an artist perspective on the business that we've come to know and experience. And through that experience, we share a lot of stories, and we share a lot of things that we've done well and things that we've not done so well, and everything in between. And we just we kind of relay our it's opinion, like most podcasts, so it's opinionated, but it's based on, again, our experience and the level that we've achieved, both high and low. We kind of transparent that way, rather than just kind of making things up. We're making them seem better than they are, because this is a tough business, and I wish someone had taught me early on about things. But it's tough because you can't learn it unless you're in it. And I think after a while, then you can start relaying some information. I mean, when I started, everybody was new, like myself. I wasn't hanging with the much older crowd that had the seasoned experience. They were doing things far greater than I was at the time. So if we can, give some type of information that somebody can use and run with it, then that's kind of where the whole thing started, really.
I think it's a valuable tool. I've listened to the 2 episodes that you've aired on Inner Demon Radio, and there's so many different levels to Mick Michaels, and it's interesting because when I first met you, Jace spoke really highly of the band. He wanted to have that interview with you when you was out there in the UK doing that tour. He wasn't able to, and then we had you on that first show, but we kind of just focused on the band itself and letting Jace have his moment of his fanboy moment, because every pirate has a fanboy moment. I mean, I'm sure when he sees Jack Sparrow, he gets a hard on.
I do too.
But I took a listen. I didn't realize until later, once I started following what you're doing, and we started communicating a little more. I was like, wait a fucking second, this guy's got a podcast. So I took a listen to what you shared, and I was like, man, this is really, really good. So I approached you about it. I was like, man, because I think it's a valuable tool for whether it's a seasoned band or a new band. There's a lot of valuable lessons to be learned in the conversations that you guys have that can be used to hopefully lessen the blows when things like that happen to other bands. I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea, and there's not too many shows that does that, because a lot of shows are just kind of like one-sided when it comes to this kind of area of things. They want to kind of boast what they're doing, but the transparency of what you're doing on Cosmic Voice is really a kind of a rare thing, because you're showing the ups and you're talking about the downs as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the way for it to work on a personal level. And like you said, it's good information if you're a brand new band or an intermediate band or a band that's been around for a little bit. Everybody has. It depends on. You could be in a band that's been around for a while, but then not have done certain things that a band who's been around just a short period of time and has done things. So everyone's learning experience is slightly different, and Chris and I, we've been friends since high school. So we've taken different paths in the music world, and he was the singer to Blood Feast for a number of years, actually about 11 or 12 years. He's been with some other bands, over the course of time. We were in bands together at one point or worked together. So, and then we've just been, friends, and bands that he was in and I'm in. We've done shows together. So when I was thinking about the idea about doing something like this, I originally thought about my idea was I think I was going to put it in a book form, and I was going to start it once we got back from the UK. But when the UK tour got cut short because of COVID, I said I got to get cracking on this somehow, because I was going to use I was going to actually use the UK tour as a model to demonstrate to young bands, newer bands. And when I say young bands don't have to be guys that are just, 20 and 21. I mean, if you're a new band, you're a young band, whether your members are 50 or 20, it doesn't really make a difference. And I was going to use it as a model. And then I said, well, it's, so by May, I the world had shut down, and I go, I got to get cracking on this somehow. So I started having conversations with Chris, and he liked the idea. And I said, well, let's get what we need to get together in terms of the technology, which was, that took us a little bit. But once we got it, we kind of, started finding our stride. It's just like us talking to each other. Like if you found us at a show, we'd be in the back by the pool table talking the exact same way as you're hearing on the podcast. And that's what we wanted to try to achieve. It was just a conversation between the two of us. So,
and you achieve. I think you achieved that, because the banter between you guys, you could definitely tell that there's been some years of some sort of bond between you two. Because when you get with when you it's hard to find co-hosts. Trust me, I've been through a lot. And it's hard to just find someone and then bring them on and then find that chemistry. Luckily enough, I found that with Bob. But you can go through 100 of these co-hosts until you find that right one that fits your vibe, and you have that chemistry between you. You're able to have that banter, have a few laughs, talk business. You can confide with each other during these shows, and that's hard to find. And that kind of chemistry it's a gem to get.
Yeah, ask Kelly Ripa. She knows. But yeah, like when I started talking about the idea about the podcast thing, I said I definitely don't want to do this by myself. One, I don't want to hear myself talk that much, and I want to do it with somebody that we can kind of bounce stuff off of. So it's a conversation, and immediately I thought of like Chris, and I was like, it's like a natural thing, and I didn't want to do it with someone I didn't know. I'm kind of strange like that. Even with the band, being in a band, it's been difficult over the years when I had to work with someone that I did not know personally, because I'm a different type of person, right? I'm more of an introvert, and I'm very protective of ideas, and I'm protective of the guys in the band that have been with me, and that kind of thing. And I'm not ready to just kind of like unload all the stuff on someone. And it's been good and bad, but I thought for this to work, it had to have been someone that I know and that we know well, and had similar but different experiences. I mean, we came up through the same scene. We know a lot of the same people, even though we took different paths. So we can talk about things from the 80s, from the 90s, even from the late 70s, and it's kind of cool that way.
It's a great show.
It is a great show.
Both fanboys, right? You know what I mean? Like of the music, because we're fans of the music more so than we are just artists ourselves.
Well, the two, I mean, I've listened in probably exactly the same two that Sid's heard, where you were talking about bands trying to operate as a business, and the merch, and how merch can work, trying to get endorsements with companies and various things, and it was. It's quite an interesting thing to think, you're just sitting around chatting for an hour. But I found myself just sort of hooking into the conversation, and you just, when you sort of listening and you think, this is really interesting. Before you know it, half an hour's gone by, and you think, whoa, and I think it is, as you say, invaluable information for people who are trying to get started, because trying to do radio shows and different things within the music, metal groups and whatever, there's times when you work with bands and you're trying to do your best to help promote them, and trying to get that feedback of information off them to help push them is hard. And you think, whoa, we tried to do this for you, to try and promote you, because we think you've got a good package here. But we need the information to be able to push that package forward so that people catch on to it. And I think people do miss that at times.
Yeah, I use this. I say this a lot, and a lot of it's joking, but at the same time, it's not. And we kind of play with it on the show. Like, artists are the worst, right? And they're usually the one that gets in their way most of the time. They get in their own way. I know this firsthand because I did it a lot of years, and you'll hear it on the show as we go. And we just wrapped up season 3, but I would have a tendency to not only burn a bridge, but I would destroy any opportunity to rebuild that bridge, so landscape would get destroyed and all that kind of stuff. Because being an artist, it has to be done one way, and so I got in my way quite often, and I'm still a work in progress. So that's why that transparency that Chris and I at least do our best to come across I think is key, because otherwise the experiences are just contrived, right? I mean, we talk about, being able to go to Europe and play, but then the Spinal Tap moments that happen like all the time, and, mistakes we made, and, how we couldn't drive in the, I mean, hell, when we were in the UK, driving was the worst. And it wasn't because we were on the opposite side of the vehicle. It's just that there were so many damn roundabout things we could not get, we just kept missing it. There it is. There it goes. Crazy shit. Like every 5 minutes there was another one, and it was nuts. And we talk about things like that. We have fun with it. But so hey, listen, just like with the song, I appreciate you guys supporting the Cosmic Voice and having us on in Demon Media. It's really cool. We're really appreciative of it.
That's good. But before we do any of the quiz, Sid, there's something I don't want to miss tonight. And I'm probably going to embarrass myself here, because I stole a post the other day, and I'm sure it was off you, Mick. And I thought, I've got to ask him about this, and I'm probably going to bring this up, and it's going to be absolutely nothing to do with you. But I'm sure I clipped a post off your page or one of your things saying something about Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah, well that was on my personal page. I'm a Bob Burger fan, and they're coming out with the movie May 27th. So I post up. I'm also a big Christmas guy. If you follow me, I'm letting you know how many days it is till Christmas, and I celebrate Christmas in July, and we did some shows about it.
I was kind of like thinking, what the hell's Bob's Burgers? I don't know whether it just hasn't made it to the UK. But I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell? Am I missing a trick here? Should I get myself a burger hat? Am I missing something?
I'll tell you what. When my daughter had gotten into it, and she would watch it, and I would sit there and go, "This is stupid. I don't understand. I don't get new cartoons, right?" But then after like so many episodes, it all of a sudden it clicks in my mind, and I go, "I get it, 100%. I love this." And it's a huge staple in my house, so we're pretty excited about it.
I love Bob Burgers. It's something that airs on Fox, the Fox channel here in the United States. But it's a cartoon, but it's an adult cartoon, and
right.
And you gotta have like a dry sense of humor to really appreciate what's going on. There's a few cartoons that are like that. If you don't get it, the dry humor at times, you're not going to get the cartoon.
Yeah, agreed. But check it out. I mean, I'm sure there are clips on YouTube or whatever. But I know. I think Netflix had it, or they may still have it. They have some of the back seasons. It's pretty cool.
I'll go check that out after the show.
Actually, we bought a book, Bob's Burgers, like actually some of the how to make some of the burgers that they advertise on that little marquee in the back, and it's just friggin' amazing. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's pure genius.
Excellent.
Bob, are you ready to swipe us with some questions, buddy? We're at the part now, guys, where we've talked about the band, we released the video, we've had our serious moment. Now it's time to have a little bit of fun. Mick, are you ready for this, buddy?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm not.
Excellent.
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
There's no forfeit tonight, you're safe.
Yeah, you're true. True that.
Are we playing the intro or are we just going straight into it?
Let's just straight into it.
Excellent.
We're not going to moisten it up before we enter. We're just going to enter.
No, that's it. We'll get more polished as we go throughout the year.
Punch in, right in.
Yeah. So we normally do 10 questions and we split it up 5 and 5 just to try and get a little bit of difference in the questions. So tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. Rather than sort of coming back and giving the answers after, I'm going to do them as we go along on this one. And you'll see the reason why with one of them. But question 1, the first 5 are on music events of 2021, right? Now that we're into a new year. So question 1, what was the name of the band whose singer urinated on a fan at a live show?
Fuck, Bob.
What was the name of the band?
I don't know the band name, but I do remember that incident where it was a lady from a band, and I think it was somewhere down in Georgia or something, and she had to go pee. I remember this, but I can't tell the damn name. But she had to go pee, and so she looked at the audience and says, "I gotta pee. Who wants to come up here and let me piss on you?" So some guy in the audience raised his hand, jumping up and down. He jumps over the damn gate, goes up on the stage, lays on the stage, and she pulls her pants down and takes a piss on him. I remember that too, but I don't know the name of the band.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember the picture, but hey, listen, she got permission. I don't see what the big deal was.
Well, there was a ruckus about it. There was a legitimate ruckus about it. I mean, the band got some backlash over it, but I'm thinking, well, this dude asked for it. I mean, so he asked to get pissed on. He was jumping up and down, like, pick me, this guy right here. So let her piss on him.
It's kind of interesting because the reason I wanted to ask that question was because it only happened somewhere around about end of October, early November. And I was kind of curious as to if it was a publicity stunt, perhaps. Did it work? Obviously not, because nobody remembers the band name. So, but they were called.
I don't get is why announce it? Like if you got to go and you can't get off stage or whatever, I mean, just go in your damn pants. throw some water down there. I mean, keep like. But I think that maybe the thinking is like I can make a whole shtick out of this, and maybe something will occur. And people,
it wasn't an Ozzy. It wasn't an Ozzy moment. I mean, for Christ's sake, now impress us by pissing on the crowd.
Well, listen. Nowadays, here's the thing: like everybody needs to be as outrageous as they possibly can because it's already been done. So they're trying to beat out, whatever happened. But
the cool thing is
whatever you do, notice like they got in trouble for it or they got backlash. So it's not the same thing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she would have impressed everybody if she stood up and in front of the crowd and actually just pissed on the crowd. And I would have been impressed with that. I would probably remember the band name. But it's just a simple golden shower.
Well, there you go. And she wasn't the first to do that even.
No.
Well, anyway, the band was called Brass Against.
I would have never remembered that anyway.
Second one. According to Rolling Stone, what was the best metal album of the year?
Ooh.
I don't know. Jethro Tull again?
Damn, what metal bands really came out this year that really made an impact? Of 2021, right?
Of 2021.
Oh, that's a good question because I don't remember. I don't listen to enough mainstream fucking bands anymore to even know.
The Jonas Brothers? Did they go metal?
So nobody's getting an answer on that one, eh?
BTS.
Well, we're doing well tonight, aren't we? Right. The answer to that one was Iron Maiden with Senjutsu.
Son of a bitch.
The only one that really came out, I don't know, of a big band?
It's funny because I actually looked through a few different sites because Rolling Stone went for that one. And I think they had something like Gujira in second or third. And then I went under another site, something like Loudwire or whatever, and the order would reverse and in different positions. So it's all a personal opinion thing. Well, question 3 tonight is, when you stop looking at just metal, if you look at all albums released last year, where do you think Iron Maiden finished in the chart for 2021? If they were number 1 for metal, where were they for all genres of music?
I'm going to hate me for saying this, but I'm going to probably say somewhere in about 30, 32, somewhere around there.
32 for Sid?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, what are we doing? The top 100, top 50? What are we doing?
Yeah, just guess what number, where they would come up.
I mean, Taylor Swift redid that one album, and that went number 1. And then she got like the top couple spots. I don't know, 50, 100.
50?
Yeah, 50.
Right. You're going for 50. All right. Well, you get the point there, Mick, because it was actually 44th.
Ah.
So there we go. On October the 29th, a guy called Malcolm Dome, a music journalist and author, died. What was he credited? Which musical term was he credited for inventing?
Damn, I remember reading this too.
Rock on.
Rock on for Sid.
So at this point, we make shit up just to get an answer.
Hey, I tend to try and pick questions that you're not going to have a sudden clue about, so you might as well.
Right. So, he was British, yes?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Well, I can't tell you, to be honest, either, then. I thought he was British, but I may be wrong. I don't know.
You're spending too much time on this.
I don't know.
No, yeah. Just say anything metal.
Horn. Up with the horn.
Okay. No, The answer was he came up with the term thrash metal.
Oh,
So there you go.
Well,
And
we gave good guesses.
yeah, and in the first part of the quiz, the final question on the music bit is Paul McCartney's bass from the time when he was in Wings was sold at auction. How much did it raise?
Oh, I'm going to say somewhere around fucking about $1.5 million.
5 mil. That's it.
1 point. Was it that much money? 650,000.
650,000. And that would get Mick the point because it was $471,900.
What?
Yeah. I remember reading something about that too, and I was like, "Wow, that's really not that much considering you're thinking about Paul McCartney." But
Yeah.
no,
I wonder how much more it might have got if it had been the Beatles rather than Wings, if it would have made a difference.
I think so. I definitely would. I think so.
Well, son of a bitch. I didn't get none of that one, did I?
You know, after round one, you've got 0 and Mick's got 2.
At least I'm consistent.
And unfortunately, the next 5 questions get even weirder.
That's awesome. So let's play another quick video. We'll play another one from Corners of Sanctuary. We'll come back. We'll finish out this quiz, chat a bit more, and we'll say goodnight. So we'll be right back, guys. Here are some more Corners of Sanctuary. Welcome back to Talking with Demons.
Nice, another tasty track.
Tasty. It was
Tasty.
good, right? Tasty.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm. Hit us with some 5 more of these hot. These are the fucked up parts of the questions now, Mick. So be prepared.
Yeah, this one gets a little bit strange, and we've had worse, so you'll be all right. But
Should I do the explicit warning real quick, Bob? Or is there any things that it really?
it can't hurt, can it?
All right, let me do it real quick.
I
Fair
think
enough.
after the Thundercock comment, I don't think it makes a difference at this point.
Yeah, probably not. And I'm looking at it thinking, well, to be honest, it's pretty tame compared to
Little late,
others.
little late, bud.
So, question 6. According to the Cleveland Clinic, a single nose hair follicle will grow how much hair over the course of an average lifetime?
How in the fuck do they even know this?
They are professors studying this stuff. They get paid thousands.
I don't know the stats, but I'll tell you what. At my age, my ear and nose hair grow like within 24 hours. It's I don't you clip it, pull it, yank it, shave it, and it's back full capacity the next morning. Like I don't get it. Like I get this cut, it takes forever to grow back. The nose and the ears, and it's just crazy.
Well, that's why you grow your hair long to hide the ears, and you grow a beard and a tash so that you can just like blend them in.
Well, I can hide it here and then I forget, but here, it's like, I don't know if you guys are into anime or manga, but Bobo, the guy with he's got nose hairs that come out and do all the shit. So I can do that best I can. So, I don't know.
When you say you do all the shit, you mean he's got nose hairs that are beating the crap out of people?
Yeah.
I've got to find this anime. What did you say? It's called Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo, or something like that.
Crazy cartoons. Got to find that.
So how much are collected like in weight, or is that what you mean, or just?
No, I'm looking for feet and inches, or yeah.
Oh, so inches. So inches or feet. God, could you imagine just thinking feet?
I'd say it grows like over the course of your lifetime. If I took it all together, I bet you it'd be like feet.
How many feet?
3 feet.
3 feet.
I'm going 6, just because I got the same heartache, big guts.
Well, Sid's getting back in the game because they estimate approximately 6.5 feet.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's almost the size of Mr. Thundercock.
Not quite. Right, next one. What is the record for the most feet sniffed in a lifetime?
You know what? To me, what's amazing is that you came up with these type of like. Where the hell did you come up with that question? Like, well, I wonder how many. What's the most number of feet sniffed? I don't know. I can't even think along that line. Like, that's not something I would think about. That's crazy.
Well, the person who actually did it also sniffed armpits, but they didn't keep a record of the quantity.
So is this a lifetime? One person, one lifetime sniff?
One person, one lifetime. Yeah.
It's amazing that as a race, a human race, we've lasted this long with this kind of. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, in my, they should, like the Matrix, they should wipe us out and we should start all over again, man. All over again. If we got statistics on this shit, I don't get it. No wonder music's in the can. I don't know. That's like, I don't know. This idiot spent his lifetime sniffing 6,500 people's feet.
6,500 people's feet, yeah?
Yeah, and if you double that, it's 13,000 for two. If you snip both, left and right. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! I'm just gonna go one too many. That's my final answer, Bob. One too many.
We need a proper answer, Sid. Come on, give us a quantity.
I'll give you. Let's do 20,000 fucking feet, I guess.
20,000.
That's a lot of nasty goddamn feet to be smelling, but you know what? There's some crazy motherfuckers out there.
Yeah. Well, Mick got that point. The correct answer is that this particular lady who lived in Ohio was employed at a testing lab for a Dr. Scholl. I'm guessing it must be some sort of deodorant or some sort of fitting. So
Joel does the foot inserts.
there you go. So she was employed to sniff people's feet to see if they were helping out, and she is recorded as having sniffed 5,600 feet.
Well, listen, she got paid for it, so that's a whole different. So she's not an idiot.
Yeah.
That's the American dream right there, baby.
Right. There you go.
Especially when you live in the Buckeye State.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, the next record that we're going to discuss was also from America in Wisconsin. All right. No, let me check that. No, sorry, I'm getting wrong. We in Illinois.
Fucking Christ, they're like surrounding me. Like Ohio and Illinois, or I'm in Indiana, so they're like next door to me.
And what I want to know from this record is, what is the farthest that a marshmallow has been blown from somebody's nose into another person's mouth?
What? A marshmallow?
I'll say 9 feet.
9 feet?
Yeah.
A marshmallow blowing it through their nostrils?
Yeah. They blew a marshmallow out of their nostrils and somebody else caught it in the mouth.
I'm just going to go about 6 feet.
This is all
6 feet.
shit.
Yeah.
This is like sideshow circus questions.
Yeah, I mean, Mick gets that point as well for being closest with 9 feet. In your measurements to convert it back from the meters that we've got, it's probably somewhere around about 15 feet.
15 feet to blow a fucking marshmallow bubble into someone's mouth. See, I've been done trying to punch somebody in the fucking face. Look, you disgusting bastard. You ever try to put a snot ball on me again, I'm going to punch you in your grill. And here they went. They jumped 15 fucking feet.
Scary, isn't it?
And right next door to me, and state-wise, fuck, I'm staying out of Illinois and Ohio.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get out of the United States briefly, and we're going to head over to China next.
Oh, great.
Where a restaurant actually serves, if you would like it, rats as a meal.
Yummy.
How many rats do you think they serve a year?
Oh, fuck. 1,000?
1,000 for Sid?
Nah,
It's probably going to be more than that.
Like 25,000 at least.
25,000 for Mick.
Rats like that?
Yeah.
He's going to be right, I bet.
Sid gets that point. The answer is 9,300 rats a year, they say.
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
No wonder we have. Never mind.
I wonder if they just catch them out the sewers or whether they just, you know. Yeah.
I have this bad fear of mice and rats. Like there's no fucking way you're gonna shove a stick in a rat's ass, barbecue it, and hand it to me. I just tell you that right now.
And possums.
Yeah, not possums either. No.
Mm. Mind you, they try and scare you off with the snake dicks, don't they?
Yeah.
And the final question tonight. What is the record for the most live snails somebody has managed to get on their face?
That they ate?
No, they had them on their face, right?
So they laid snails on their face.
Yeah. Would you like to see a picture?
Yeah.
Do you want to see it before or after? Are you going to be, and you're not going to be standing there like trying to count them, are you?
No.
Right.
That's the snail?
That's nails on a face.
Oh my God. I'm just going to guess about 30.
It's like counting the jelly beans in a jar.
Yeah.
Oh,
So 30 for Sid.
I'm going to say 57.
57 for me. All right. Whew, that was a close one. You actually get the point there, Sid,
I get the
because
point.
you're closest. It was almost bang in the middle of you, but it's actually 43. So you're only 13 out. Mick was 14 out. So after that, you've pulled back. Sid's got 3 points, and Mick got 4. So Mick, you're the winner of the quiz.
The
Well,
winner
Sid,
of
you better the strange and the weird.
Well, to be fair, I hang out with Bob, and now I'm hanging out with you. So I guess I do kind of fit in now, don't I?
Yeah. So he's heading off out back later to sort of like catch all those snails. See if he can take that record.
Fuck that. Why would anybody want to even fucking do that?
I saw that and I thought it was like a scene out of what you call it, The Goonies.
Or a horror flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Anyways, Mick, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Congratulations on the release of Mirror Mirror.
Thank
The videos, like I said, guys, check these guys out here on Facebook. Check them out on all the social media sites. Be sure you're going to see a lot of Corners of Sanctuary then within the next month, regardless if you like it or not. We're going to force feed you it because they are the Inner Demon Hall of Fame Band of the Month. A prestigious award. But
It
yes,
is.
I'm excited.
But yeah, a lot of good things are happening here. I'm looking forward to the future working with you, Mick. I really enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out his show, The Cosmic Voice, on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be 8 p.m. Is it 8 p.m.? Yeah. No, 7 p.m. over there for the folks in the UK. But yeah, and then after that, we got the Bob Bones Show. So a banging Monday. Great show. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Congratulations. And I am looking forward to what we do together here in the future, man. It's been a blast. Great experience.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it as well. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Mick. Thanks for joining us.
And we're going to end tonight's show with one more last video from Corners of Sanctuary. We will catch you guys tomorrow for Into the Fire, where we have the band Thrasher Wolf on the show. Right? Am I right, Bob?
That's the one.
I got it.
That'll be good.
Didn't have to look. One of Bob's favorite bands, too. It's going to be a fanboy tomorrow. Dun, dun, dun. All right, you guys have a great night. We will catch you tomorrow. Mick, thank you again. Be sure to follow everything Corners of Sanctuary. Find us on our page. You can find them on their page. Give them a like, follow, and share. You guys have a great night and catch you guys tomorrow.